right, everybody, we are officially live. The first ever Ultiworld 24-hour streamathon starts right now. It is 12 o'clock Eastern Time on Friday, December 12th. We will not be done until this time tomorrow on Saturday, and we kick things off with this week's Deep Look, Ultiworld's weekly podcast about the latest in the Ultimate World. I'm Charlie Eisenhood, joined by the architect of the Streamathon, Keith Raynor. Keith, for people who are tuning in thinking this is just normal Deep Look, which it is, but it's also a special day. We're raising money. Tell us a little bit about what it is that we're doing today, who we're raising money for, and what it's all about.
As Charlie mentioned, we are going to be on for 24 hours, so 24 straight hours, not of just Charlie and I. If you haven't seen the schedule, we have an awesome schedule of guests and special events. But we're going to be raising money for the Stonewall Community Foundation. They help benefit LGBTQ plus community organizations, which is a cause that is really important to us here at Ultiworld and certainly in the Ultimate community. So we're really excited about it. We have like a great slate of stuff planned for everybody, including some pretty goofy stuff, chances to embarrass Charlie and I, as well as some of the other hosts who are going to be a part of the programming over the course of this next 24-hour period.
Well, it's going to be so much fun. Let's throw the schedule up so we can talk a little bit about what's going on today, and then we'll dive into our Deep Look show as we go. But I want to discuss what we're doing and what's to come over the next 24 hours. Keith, you and I are both going to be back on later today, much later today. I'm actually technically going to be on tomorrow at between midnight and 1 a.m. So I'll talk about that as we get a chance to look at this schedule. So let me just, while we get going here, we're trying to raise $5,000 for the Stonewall Community Foundation, which Ultiworld is going to match dollar for dollar. So that's what we're hoping to do. We would love to get started with $500 raised during this Deep Look episode. And I'm going to get us off on the right foot. I'm going to make the first donation. I'm clicking the button right now. Let's see if it actually goes through. Successfully processed. Check. I am the first donor, I believe. You can scan that QR code on your screen. There's also a link in the description. And we would love to get to $500 during this show. So I just put in $100, and what that does, you can get benefits from various donation amounts. So I get to play the Rockford song. So I don't know when the time is going to be. At some point during the show, we're going to play the Rockford song. I will let our
oh my gosh, not this ridiculous song again.
We're going back to Rockford, Keith. I need you to know that.
Yes. So shout out to Sean, who's the second donor, by the way. Shout out to Sean.
Thank you, Sean. Keith, you're going to have to keep track because we got a lot of different things, including these bean boozled beans. Now, Keith, I just opened this up.
It's gross.
Go ahead.
You can talk about the bean boozled beans. I'm going to get Sean his reward. He asked for some pet cam. So let me get a pet while you tell folks about bean. All
right. So here's the calendar as well. But these bean boozled beans, you spin a little spinner, and then you either get like peach flavor or barf flavor, but you don't know what. It's like the Russian roulette of jelly beans. And so there's all kinds there's liver and onions, dead fish. I'm really not looking forward to this, but you have us here for an hour, and if you make the donation to get us to eat the bean boozled bean, we will do it. So here's the schedule. Coming up at 1:30, we've got Rowan McDonnell doing film analysis from Beach Worlds. We've got a live Huck and A coming later, another podcast here. The Canadians, Theo and Danny, tell me they have Justin Podnar coming on today live during the Streamathon. So that is a big get. Looking forward to that. Jeff Babbitt, who apparently is an unbelievable first-person shooter video game player, he's coming on later. We're going to be revealing the catch of the year, picking the best of the best today. We've got Family Feud with various teams duking it out, Keith. We're going to be doing a Send It Back for the World Games final with Kayla Helton and Malcolm Bryson. What a game that was. So they're going to be watching that game back and talking about their experiences in what was just an incredible tournament and an incredible game. And then Keith at 11 o'clock tonight, party games. Tell us about that. What's that?
We're gonna be playing some stream games. Maybe we'll bust out Jackbox. Maybe it'll be some Among Us. Maybe it'll be some marbles. We'll get it. We'll pick together as the chat. But I love Jackbox, so we may bust out Drawful and the like for that 11 o'clock slot. And then you're up after me.
Yeah, I'm up. So hey, I'll show you. I've been prepping. I'm DJing tonight at midnight Eastern. So I hope you will join me for that. I'll share a little bit about what we're doing later. Stonewall Community Foundation, New York based. Stonewall, yeah, I mean it's a legendary LGBTQ institution here in New York City. So I'm playing classic New York City house music from the 70s to today. So celebrating the city that I live in, that the Stonewall Community Foundation is in. And it should be a blast. I've had a lot of fun getting everything ready to go and picking music, and I'm excited for tonight. So that'll be midnight. It says 12 to 12:30, but now we're doing an hour. So
He's going to give you bonus time.
And then overnight, we've got some classic games playing out from the archives, just like legend stuff. So if you're up with us overnight, it's a great chance. And then we'll have a rewatch of the EUC Open final with Sean Colfer and Ian French early in the morning, but perfect timing for the Europeans. Then we've got some more classic games before we have Brian Jones and Liam Grant on for a live film analysis, 8 a.m. tomorrow. Sin the Fields is back at 9:30. And then we've got a sideline talk with Malika Anderson, and we'll all wrap it up tomorrow between 11:30 and noon. So, I mean, it's really, Keith, I got to give you a ton of credit, man. You have done so much work to put this all together. And while obviously we're doing this for fundraising, we're also super excited to just have like fun content for everybody to tune in and enjoy. So please help us get to our goal. Ultiworld again, matching dollar for dollar up to $5,000. And there's some stretch goals too. So Keith, where can people find out more about our stretch goals and things like that?
So I'll have it on the site after we wrap up the show. We'll see the stretch goals on the site, and if you go to the donation page, you should, I believe, see the stream incentives, like how to get pet cam or how to make me dunk my head in a bucket of ice water, which is a thing that you can do. So if you want to torture us or make us eat Bean Boozled beans, or even get some of the more advanced goals, if you want a custom haiku, you want to get us to voice over your social media content, you could do that. You could donate to get us to give you a personal voiceover. Put it in your friend's Callahan reel later this year. Or the real Charlie Eisenhood saying how awesome your friend is, or you. Go ahead and buy that up.
So links to donate, you can scan the QR code. You can click the link in the description on the YouTube video. And we're fired up. So thank you everybody for being here. And I guess our little our counter up on the top maybe isn't updating in real time, but I'm sure it will as we go along. We're already over $100, and we're trying to get to 500 during this deep look episode. So please donate to the Stonewall Community Foundation, and it's a perfect time to welcome in the Director of Communications and Partnerships at the Stonewall Community Foundation. Gattlin Miller joins us on the pod. Gattlin, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
We're so glad to have you. Thanks for making time with us here. I think obviously a lot of people are going to want to know what the Stonewall Community Foundation is all about. We'll get to that. The first thing I need to know is I've heard you are an Ultimate player, or at least you've played some Ultimate in the past. What's your background?
I mean, to say I am an Ultimate player is maybe a bit of an overstatement, but back in my high school cross country days, we used to, on like days when I think our coach was feeling a little lazy, he would just be like, go play Ultimate. And so back in like 2006 or 2009, I would, play a few times a year. My only like real recollection of like the mechanics of the game is that it felt like a cross between like basketball and soccer. And so that might not even be correct, so forgive me.
I think that's super correct.
Okay,
correct.
Great.
I usually say it's a combination of basketball, football, and soccer when I explain it to people who don't know what it is.
Yeah, and that given that I don't really follow sports so well overall, that description doesn't really help me all that much. But I know no traveling with the Frisbee, goals, etc.
You bet.
No
Well, we're gonna
traveling with
put
the Frisbee is something a lot of elite players don't seem to know. So Gatlin's out
Okay,
doing
well, I've
that.
got a leg up on them.
we're gonna put you to the test a little bit later with your ball knowledge, but we'll see how it goes. But Gattlin, tell us a little bit more about the Stonewall Community Foundation and what the organization does here in New York.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, Stonewall Community Foundation is based here in New York City. This is where our roots are, but we have, we touch work in almost all 50 states across the country. We were founded here in New York City in 1990, making this our 35th anniversary. Super proud to have, lasted that long. We're one of the longest serving LGBTQ organizations in the country, which is great. We are a grant making institution, and so we raise funds from within our community and then channel them back to those people, leaders on the front lines, community organizations that are providing essential services, just the people and organizations in our community that need those resources the most. We fund close to 200 organizations across the country each year, truly coast to coast, including the U.S. Virgin Islands and Guam. So we're all out there. Our focus, kind of like our bread and butter, is finding and fueling emerging, like really grassroots organizations, especially those that are led by trans folks and people of color, and just helping them scale their work so they can, increase their impact in the community. I guess like the last thing I'll say is that most foundations across the board, the way that they award grants is kind of, we'll give you this money if you do this very specific thing, or we'll give you this money, but you should do this because we think we know what you need to do. But at Stonewall, we believe in what we call trust-based philanthropy. And that means that we believe that those who are actually experiencing the issues, we believe that they are the best equipped to solve them. And so we don't want to go in there and be too prescriptive. And so 85% of all the funding we award is completely unrestricted, allowing these groups to, use it in the areas that they see are most urgent. So we're really proud about that. And yeah.
Awesome. It definitely seems like a great organization, and we're certainly proud to be partnered with you. A lot of those areas touch on a lot of the things that are going on in Ultimate, which I'm actually curious. You talked a little about your cross country days. I feel like that's like a pretty common type of way that people are introduced to the game. It's like, oh, I was playing this other sport, and we tried Ultimate. Do you have any highlights? Do you remember making any big plays or any moments that stick out to you from your actual time on the field?
I mean, I would say highlights include me being really excited that I caught a Frisbee. I think while playing Ultimate's probably the first time that ever happened. And since, I will say, I haven't necessarily played Ultimate since, but I've tossed a Frisbee back and forth, and I think that a lot of what I learned on that field has stuck with me. I'm throwing in a straight line. I'm not afraid of like getting my head cut off by a plastic disc. Yeah, I remember also being like, Jesus, we are really running a lot. Did not expect to be running
Yeah.
this much. Yeah.
So
I don't.
what if you have further thoughts, go for it.
No, go take it away.
Okay. So I'm just curious, like, what's the scope of what Stonewall is doing? Like, I don't know how much. I assume since it's a nonprofit, like everything is public. Like, how much money are you tending to give away each year? And are there any specific things you'd love to highlight about particular programs that you've supported, maybe in 2025, that you think has been cool?
Yeah, sure. So over the past few years, we've averaged about $1 million a year moved back into the community. I'm really proud of this. We're obviously not, we're not Rockefellers over here, so we're not like doing, billions of dollars a year in grant making. But something really unique about us, the way we like engage in philanthropy, is that we find these like small, hyper local grassroots groups. And even though our grant sizes might be a little smaller than like a larger corporate institution, we're still able to like enact a lot of change in that sense. A lot of these groups are doing like truly life-saving work, like providing like emergency shelter, providing critical healthcare to people who can't afford it. providing food pantries and things like this. But they just, they're really small, working not even necessarily in just one city, but in just one neighborhood of a city. And so they don't necessarily have the name recognition necessary to get larger funding from bigger institutions. And so something we like to do is find those groups, build their profile, and help them, be able to attract, even if we can't fund them, we can connect them to larger funders who might be able to. So yeah, that's just a little tidbit, but something, yes, this year, we just surpassed the $1 million mark in terms of the grants we've given away, which we're super excited about. We started a really cool program this year called the Reclaiming Our Power Initiative. And it's kind of a first of its kind program for Stonewall. It's a multi-year commitment to the organizations that we fund, meaning that, so we committed $1 million to it for this year and next, and that's in addition to the $1 million that we've already awarded. Basically, we're saying that all of the organizations that were accepted into this program, we're going to give you $20,000 this year, $20,000 next year, and then an optional third-year extension. And the reason that we find this so important in this particular moment is that across the board, across the country, in every state, so many of our grantee partners have had federal funding ripped away. Groups that have relied on corporate funding historically are seeing that pulled away as companies, turn back on their DEI commitments. And so, really grateful to organizations like Ultiworld, who are like going above and beyond to kind of fill in that gap that a lot of organizations in the LGBTQ community are facing. But yeah, so this multi-year funding commitment is great because a lot of these groups are no longer able to rely on like federal grants or corporate support. And so being able to like say like, you're good for at least 3 years, like that's a huge relief for these important nonprofits. And some of like the standout groups in that initial cohort for this program, there's a group in Portland, Oregon called Traction Project, and they provide free of charge self-defense courses for queer and trans folks in the Portland, Oregon area. And they do it in like such a cool way. They have these group trainings. They do like guerrilla pop-ups in the park where they like train people in self-defense tactics. And they also, in addition to like keeping their community safe, they're teaching like hard skills, mechanic skills and just like general trade skills to people who haven't been able to find like stable employment. And so they're really like preparing people both to keep themselves safe and like setting them up for like a successful independent future. It's a really cool program. We're supporting a group in Nashville, Tennessee called Mash Up Nashville. And it's a community building organization for queer and trans people of color in the Nashville area. Tennessee in particular has been hit really hard by like anti-LGBTQ legislation. And so being able to support a group that's like carving out space and providing really incredible and vital services to this hard hit population, we're super proud to support it. And just like, I mean, almost 200 organizations each year that we fund. So I obviously don't want to name them all, but there's some really cool groups. There's one, and I know I'm rambling, but there's one that I'm obsessed with here in New York City called Love Wins NYC. They, every Friday around the city, they have a site in Queens. They have one in Harlem. They have one in Southern Brooklyn. They pop up in neighborhoods that have a high population of immigrants and newcomers, and they just pass out like big amounts of fresh produce, healthy meals to anyone who needs it. It's a completely volunteer-run operation, staffed by queer volunteers throughout the city. Many of the people they serve are queer as well, but it's open to anyone. They have like interpreters on site that speak like a dozen languages. Not only do they provide food, but they're linking people with immigration case support, with healthcare providers, with all this stuff that like helps people, newcomers to this country, get settled. And right now, I'm sure you've heard that, I'm sure you've watched the news, it's not exactly the most stress-free time to be an immigrant in this country. And so we're really proud to support the work that they're doing.
So it's so good to hear about all the like grassroots kind of work that is being done. That's definitely a big part of the Ultimate community. A lot of people in the community volunteer themselves, and there's a lot of like giving back. So love to hear about that sort of thing going on as well.
If people are ever looking for volunteer opportunities, they can always reach out.
Oh yeah. Yes, definitely. Now, I want to give you a chance to dip your toe a little bit into the Ultimate sphere. We've got a game for you here. We have some Ultimate Team logos that we're going to show you. And I want you to first, with this first group of logos, I want you to describe what you think the logo is and try and guess what the city and the team name are for this team. So this is our first one. You can describe what you think the logo is and try and guess what the team name is and where they are from. Also, shout out to Brent, our latest donor.
Awesome. Thank you, Brent. Okay, so this logo I'm looking at appears to be some sort of riff on a maple leaf. It's yellow. It incorporates like a merging symbol from like a traffic sign on the highway. So like maple merge. Are these teams all US based, or are we talking like global here?
They could be anywhere in North America.
Let's give a free hint. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. North America.
Okay. I'm gonna say we're Canadian here, given the maple leaf of it all. The merge. Okay, big city. Let's say the Toronto Merging Maples.
I like it.
That's pretty good. This one is Vancouver Traffic. That's
Okay.
got pretty close. All right,
Yeah.
on to our next one. Oh my
boy.
gosh.
Okay, so I'm seeing. Okay, it's like the shape is kind of reminding me of like a space capsule, the thing that plunges into the ocean after a space flight. We got a dog wearing a space helmet. We're looking at some stars here. Okay, Houston, we have a problem. The Houston Howlers.
Wow, honestly, some of these teams might need to take a cue from you. This one is you got the alliteration. It is Montana Moondog. I feel like this is a tough one. That's pretty tough.
I wasn't gonna get there.
What do we got
I like
next?
The alliteration. Okay, I'm seeing like a Yeti type creature with horns. Bigfoot? It doesn't have horns. Okay, but also this character appears to be like chugging a beer or like an energy drink. So, maybe like a monster energy drink. We're gonna go with the Manhattan Monsters.
Charlie, you want to reveal this one?
I would get a Manhattan Monsters hat. This is Philadelphia Amp.
Amp?
Yeah, the can says
I
Amp.
think
I
the
guess.
even says Amp,
but
It
like
does.
it's hard to
Upside
tell
down.
if it says Amp. Is Amp is that an actual energy drink? I'm looking at this logo in a way I've never looked at it before.
Philadelphia loves its crazy mascots.
Amp energy drink. Amp Energy is a citrus flavored energy drink from Pepsi, closely tied to the Mountain Dew brand. So, okay.
There you go.
All right.
It's got the little flame. All right, here we go. Next one.
Okay, this one is like some sort of like saw blade / fireball, and there's a man's figure in the middle. That is it, Johnny Cash?
It is Johnny Cash. Good
wow.
recognition.
Oh my god. Okay. So if it's Johnny Cash, then we're gonna go with like the Nashville Sunbursts. No. The Ring of Fire. Nashville Ring of Fire.
Wow, he got it.
We did.
I mean,
Did I get it?
You didn't get the city. It is Ring of Fire.
Okay.
But you're close. You're close
It's
to the
Raleigh
city too.
Ring of Fire. You're in the right part of the
okay.
country. I think we're definitely calling that a win, Keith. I think we got to do a Bean Boozled here.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
We
For
both
the
have to do
record,
one?
Charlie, we
All right,
have
I'm getting the
different
spinner out.
Bean Boozled flavored. Yeah, I'm spinning.
Oh, really?
We're stopping for. Yeah, I'm gonna spin over here.
Right,
Probably the only thing I'm getting right, so it
now.
better be a good one.
I mean, that's
Okay.
a great. You ID'd that Johnny Cash, and then I thought you were gonna. I was like, oh, he should get this Ring of Fire, but and you did. Epic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready. So while Charlie gets ready, I will. This is either
Spinning.
berry blue or toothpaste, which seems like the
that's
maybe the
an
best
easy
one,
one.
like the least
Yeah,
bad
I mean,
one.
toothpaste is just mint. Okay, I
Yeah.
got this red
There's
one.
definitely toothpaste.
Okay.
Red one
I
is
think I got a light
cappuccino,
introduction.
cappuccino or liver and onions.
Do you like
yeah,
liver and
right here.
onions? You would like liver and onions, Charlie. That feels like a you thing to like.
We'll see if the jelly bean version holds up.
All right, here it is.
I mean, the toothpaste one's pretty
Cappuccino or
accurate.
liver and onions.
Please be liver and onions.
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino. Delicious.
Okay. You guys
lucky-
got off
lucky
on
son of a gun.
Oh, that's nice.
one.
It's very
Okay.
nice. I
All right,
would
this
eat more of those.
This is our last logo, I believe.
Well,
For the
okay, that's
club.
Seattle. Definitely Seattle. I feel like I'm striking out with all the alliteration ones, so I'm just gonna drop that. Seattle. The Seattle Flames. No, that can't be right because Calgary Flames is an NHL team. So the Seattle Inferno.
It makes sense to me. This one, I think it would be tough to get to the team name here. It's a Seattle Riot. I actually did not know about the Seattle Riot history, but there is a nice historical tie-in with the city. But
I love it.
yeah, there we go. So those were all club
That's a fun
teams. Those
one.
are like adult age teams. We're gonna do some college teams here. So now you're gonna guess the school instead of the city
Okay.
and the team name.
Okay. I feel like Yukon is like Huskies, and that looks like at least dogs. So I'm gonna go with Yukon. The Yukon.
Okay,
the Yukon.
My producer's saying I can give you the name and you can try and guess the school here.
Oh,
and for the
love
record, most ultimate teams have to have their own unique branding identity from the schools. They're not allowed to use the school's mascot. So don't get tripped up if you see something that looks like it could belong to a school that you know,
Okay.
like it's a bulldog. You don't have to guess University of Georgia or something like that. All right,
Sure,
so this team name is Alpha.
Okay, I feel like the red is kind of giving me like desert vibes. We're gonna go with the ASU Alpha, Arizona State. I'm so far off, aren't I?
I like that. But yeah, you're
No,
right.
this-
It's NC State.
NC State.
I gotta
yes.
I need to stop doing the alliterations.
This is one of the hardest ones, I think.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
let's go to the
tough.
next one.
Oh, wow.
This is iconic college ultimate program.
One of my favorite.
This is
logos.
great. Okay, I feel like it's giving like Smarty Pants, so I'm gonna guess like.
Oh, I'm allowed to tell you what it
be,
is. It's Ego.
Oh yeah,
Ego, and you can see the EGO in the
do
logo.
see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, if we're going Ego, then I'm gonna go with Harvard. No. Well,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna stick with that.
Go
Did I
ahead.
get it?
You have another thought? It's not Harvard.
Colors are, I think, Yale.
Nope.
Like the blue.
I love where your head is at, but it is more of a mix-up of the school name in terms of the letters. It's University of Oregon.
Okay. Oh, geez. Okay. Would not have gotten there, but I love the
Oregon.
logo. Great
Yes,
one.
Oregon Ego.
Yeah, this is an iconic logo for college ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Next one.
It's funny that you went to the smart person. I guess like the lenses, like maybe glasses, was giving you that vibe.
Yeah, it's giving like some sort of mathematic thing I don't understand. Okay, wow, beautiful.
So this team name is one of the is Ensabanur is the team name. I think that's one of the strangest.
I've never looked at any of these logos so closely in my life. I'm like examining them in a new way. All right.
Nobody refers to this team as this team name ever.
Well, okay. Are these also North America or are these just United States?
These are all US schools.
Okay.
I guess there could be a Canadian school in here, but
well,
we do not have any.
Based on your responsibility,
So
this is not Canada.
These are all US.
My French assumption went out the window. Okay. Well, okay, blue, white, but it's divorced from school's brand identity. The wings. Okay. Let's
Sabanur.
go with. Say it one more time.
N. Sabanur.
N. Sabanur.
I only know what that
Okay,
is because I read books as a kid.
Yeah, we're gonna go with UC Berkeley.
This one is. I'm sorry. This one's literally impossible. There's no way. I feel maybe somebody from Pitt could tell me how to tie.
Can I have like an
image
extra
and that
hint?
image back to the school?
The extra hint is that I don't even know the conference alignments anymore, and I don't think that would be a good hint for you. It's in the state of Pennsylvania. Honestly, that's still not easy.
Yeah, well, I feel like you wouldn't have said that if it had the word Pennsylvania in the name, so I'm going to avoid UPenn and Penn State, and I'm going to go with Drexel.
It's the University of Pittsburgh.
Drexel Bowl.
Oh!
Of course, the winged man, Pittsburgh. All right, next one.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
I barely know
give me
this
the name
one.
first, I guess.
This is the Money Melons.
Watermelon. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Money
This one's
Melons.
gettable. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one's gettable. Money Melons.
I'm just gonna go Carnegie Mellon.
Bingo.
Yay!
We
I
did
got one.
All right, I'm spinning the spinner, Keith.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I got orange.
Don't forget.
It's either pomegranate or old bandage. Lovely.
Ooh, this
how
one,
do you find out what old
exciting.
bandage is?
Just like sweat and latex.
Here it is.
Oh boy.
Pomegranate. Wow. Batting 1,000.
You're so
Incredible.
lucky. I have
so delicious.
It's
I have
feeling
strawberry
rigged.
banana smoothie or dead fish.
Oh, he's getting dead fish. He's so screwed.
Oh my god. It's definitely not smoothie.
All right.
Just,
We got him finally.
oh my god.
I hope you have water on hand.
Horrible.
Oof.
We are almost halfway to our Deep Look funding goal here today. We're at 245,
Yay.
trying to get to 500. So help us get there, folks. Scan the QR code, click the link in the description, donate.
That is so much worse than I
eat a
thought
bean.
it was gonna be.
Thank you all so much.
I don't have water over here.
Oh jeez.
Well,
all right.
There's some
Are we
teeth,
done?
So I can still
Or we have a couple more here. All right, I think we're done. So, Gattlin, thank you so much for coming on with us. We hope to raise a ton of money for you all, and
Yes.
really appreciate the work that you're doing, and hope that you can catch some of the stuff later today. If you're not out on the town at midnight tonight, I'm playing classic New York City house music in the DJ set.
Oh,
so I hope
amazing.
you'll join for that.
I will definitely check back in throughout this next 24 hours. Thank you all so much
Awesome.
for doing this for Stonewall. It's much needed in this moment. Thank you all, to all the viewers for chipping in. And I hope we can work together again in the future.
Absolutely. All right. Gattlin Miller, Director of Communications and Partnerships at Stonewall Community Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We are going to take a quick break. Hit the music. We will be back.
Yeah, we got Rockford song. We got two of these because Charlie got one and somebody else got one. So there's that. Play that Rockford music, baby.
Turn it up. And we'll be back with Tiina Booth, who's giving away some sweet stuff. We'll be back on Deep Look.
So gross.
Yes. This is an Ultiworld Discord special. Brian Jones dropping the AI going back to Rockford track.
Wait, he didn't perform this? He didn't go to the studio and record this?
Yeah, actually, he recorded him all himself. Yeah. Oh my God, this song, dude. We're going to be playing this all leading up to college nationals.
You too.
All right, let's
play
keep
this
going.
song with your $1 donation.
Let's get to our trivia question of the week. It's time.
I gotta say, it doesn't hit the same after the Rockford song. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right. This week's trivia question of the week. This one is helped by the ultimate historian du jour, William Brody Brotman. Brody sent over this note. Charlie, we're looking for the player who has won the most major championships in one 365-day period. So 1 year, but not necessarily a calendar year, but 365 days. Which player has won the most like major like club and international titles, national and world championships, I guess is the way probably to put it. Continental counts.
I had kind of a pretty good guess. Do I need to think some more while we tell folks about our
chat? Think on who it is. I can even give you the number if people want to know. But
let me get the number.
I want to make sure this person won 5 championships in 365 days.
I think my guess is
just
wrong,
pretty wild.
So I'm gonna keep thinking.
Rethink it.
I'm gonna keep thinking.
Now you may not be able to get a world championship from Breakmark, but you can get a lot of great gear at an affordable price. If you need to stock up or upgrade, then you need to check out our sponsor Breakmark. They are offering great gear bundles to help save you money. Be sure to follow them on Instagram. They're doing giveaways every week to celebrate their 20-year anniversary. They've been adding awesome new products like the crop tops, the hoodie, the sleeveless hoodie, the tights, and they've dropped the price of their core sublimated items down from $65 to $35. And the clock is ticking on that. And we are almost down to the end of the year. That deal's going away at the end of the year. So jump on it. Visit them at breakmark.com to get that while you can.
Well, so I'll just tell you what my first instinct was. It's somebody who's won a lot this year. I think 3. And that's Raekwon Adkins, who won a club title, beach title, and a U24 title. But I know that's not right because it's 5. So my guess is it's somebody who won a WUCC or a Worlds back when they used to do the teams. And then, of course, club nationals. But probably they also needed to have won like a college nationals or something. So I'm trying to think. I probably need to go back into the pre-2014-ish era. But it's also they probably want to. But World Games is never in the same year. So like, I don't know. Keith, I'm going to guess Alex Snyder.
No, let me see.
I'm going to guess Carolyn
Finney.
Alex Snyder. No, she never won a college. God, the savage buzzer.
Alex Snyder has 3. Finney also has 3. Getting into the territory of the above 3. There's a lot of 3s. There's like 34s, maybe 30 different people with 4. But then one who's standalone with 5. Any more guesses, or you got?
I take a hint, but otherwise, you gotta just have to tell me. Do you have a hint for me?
I'll tell you. I'll give you the tournaments this person won.
Okay.
Let's see if you can figure it out from that. This person in sequential order. They won PAUK, then they won U.S. Club Championship, then U24s, then USA Beach, and then WUGC.
USA Beach, that counts?
Counts. It's a world championship, man.
It's relatively modern then. Who the hell won?
PAUK, Club Nationals, U24, Beach, WUGC.
Beach.
This was in
Who's on those beach
2015, teams? Spanning 2015 and 2016.
All Oh my God. Beach. So an East Coaster maybe. Give me the team. Give me the tournaments again. PAUK. Worlds.
Club Nationals, U24s, Beach, and WGC.
2015 was a revolver year. But none of those guys would have been on the beach team. Did Brute Squad win in 2015?
This person was in the mixed division in club.
Oh, it's getting hard. I feel like it's making it harder. Anna Thompson.
No, it was Sarah Mextroth who.
Oh, I could have said that. I didn't say it, but I could have said it.
I thought you might after mixed. You might be like, well, Dragon Thrust was winning all those titles back then.
Yeah, I went a little fast because I know the Amp didn't win that year.
All good.
That's a good one.
All good.
Wow, Mex with maybe a record that will never be broken. I forgot Mex was on a U24 team. To be honest with you, that's a while back.
Yeah. 2015, 2016 is not exactly last year.
That was like a little before Mex was like very clearly identified as one of the top 5 players in mix too. I feel like I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
But, all right. Good stuff. We are very excited now to welcome Tiina Booth back to the program. It's been a little while. Tiina, I was just thinking when we were chatting before the show that I haven't personally had a conversation on the phone with you in like way too long. It's been like a year. So welcome. How are you?
I'm pretty good. And yeah, you're 100% right. We need to still wrap up the disc golf series.
Yes.
That's usually what we talk about. That's usually when I text you. That's usually when I'll text him something like this, or this. And then like 4 minutes later, it comes out on the feed. I'm like, yeah, way to go, Charlie. But
you're my producer from home.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I know we're here to talk about Ultimate, but my Lord, I love this disc golf, particularly the FPO division. It's so fun.
Well, you are a disc sports fanatic, and you have been for a long time, and it's fantastic. And I think people don't realize one of the things we have in our campaign today for the Stonewall Community Foundation are various milestones with various giveaways. And the very first one is at the $500 level, and it's Tina's Treasures giveaway. And we've got some awesome stuff. You have an extensive collection. Are you the preeminent collector of flying disc products?
I can't get
Crown
this
Royal swag.
Oh my God, I can't talk about it.
It's there.
I really think I'm like third tier. There's just some crazy old dudes that collect discs. I can't even tell you. And pie tins, and there's information like if I put something up like, okay, I'm going to sell this pie tin, and they're like, well, is it a 6-hole or an 8-hole? Is it a deposit? Is it back facing or front facing? Just as any niche collector. I'm not those people. I don't really I do like pie tins, that's for sure. But I just was going, I've been around a long time, and when I went down to my basement museum, I had a lot of choices. So I hope we keep doing this with this charity streamathon. I think it's a great idea, and Keith, it's just amazing the amount of work you've had to do. So thank you so much for having me on here.
Well, we're very glad to have
do
you.
it. Less happy to eat the dead fish jelly bean.
I know. I'm so glad.
I still taste it.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I
haven't had a bad one yet, so
I can't wait.
I have no opinions, but it's going to be brutal. And Keith has water next to him. I have no water. I would have to get up and walk away. If it's bad enough, I will do that. Let's take a look at the items that you're going to be giving away if we reach that $500 threshold, which we will. It's just a matter of when. We're trying to get there within the next 45 minutes. So, folks, scan the QR code, hit the link, chip in a little. Anything helps. We are officially over the halfway mark. We're at 295.
Oh, good. That's good.
So shout out to Dana for the contribution. We're getting there. to our $500 goal. So here's this disc you just showed us. What is the story behind the Crown Royal Ultimate Championships disc?
We had just such a huge variety of weird sponsors in the early 80s. And Crown Royal, I think, they gave us so much gear and swag. I still have a hat and a jacket and shot glasses. And so they came up with this design. Clearly, it's not an Ultimate Player because I can't even figure out what that throw is. It's kind of like a high release.
AI made it, Tiina.
I'm telling you.
I saw Don Desmarais do that last week.
I bet. So anyway, so they were a sponsor, and nothing says athletics is, doing shots of hard liquor in the hot sun. I mean, it was not a good fit. Let's put it that way. And this was before tequila. I mean, Cuervo, and I think we had Bic Pen at one point. So I just think this is such a classic. And these are all these discs, I believe, are 80 molds, which for those of us who care is like
old school whammos.
Yeah, they're all whammos, and the 80 mold is supposedly the best disc ever made for Ultimate, according to folks.
Wow.
So
you can have a collector's item here, folks. And we're just going to be giving these away to random donors. So
right. So I
chip in even $5, folks.
Yeah, and I think if we're putting 2 into this section, and then we'll just have a drawing of it. So let's get a piece of history. The second piece, if someone wants to put this up, is the Boston Ladies Ultimate. Okay. And this was, first of all, Boston Ladies Ultimate was the first women's team in Boston, and it was founded by Mary Louise Cohn and Jane Lowell. And, this was as you can imagine, a big deal. Jane Lowell also went on and founded Buddha, the disc organization in our state. And she did a lot. She designed this. It was a big deal. Whatever. It was obviously a big deal when they won. And, for anyone who has ever been connected to Women's Ultimate in Boston, I can't imagine not wanting to have this disc.
It's truly another collector's item. The forerunner of Brute Squad. I mean, I know there's been multiple teams in Boston over the years, but the current champions owe their long legacy to this team and this disc. Very cool. All right, what else we got?
We've got, staying with Women's Ultimate, we have the first.
This is really awesome.
It's really awesome. And I think it's a size small. It's got a few stains on it, whatever. And this was the first generic Women's Ultimate gear disc, I think, ever made, or at least shirt ever made. And Shelley Simon designed it along with Kathy Poufall, and they sold it at tournaments. And it was a huge, huge hit when it came out. And it's supposed to represent like the strength of Women's Ultimate, but still a delicacy or a femininity in Women's Ultimate. And when I was talking to Shelley this week, she goes, that probably wouldn't really fly this at this time in history. I go, well, who knows? But anyway, it's a really nice, it's a nice shirt, and it could be framed. Someone on Discord wants to make it a effing crop top, which I pretended would be okay, but I don't want that person to get that.
I can't believe you ever. I was going to say it's definitely sacrilege. The person asked, is this sacrilege? And the answer is yes.
Yeah, it is. So I don't even really know who everyone is on Discord, but that person is not getting this shirt, in my estimation. Okay, and then the next one is Rude Boys. This is designed by Steve Mooney, and this is from 1983. They won, I think they won Worlds that year, and the year before they had won Nationals. And I think it was so interesting because I did a lot of research on this because I don't really remember or know all of it. And one of the Rude Boys told me that the first disc the first Boston men's team was Boston Aerodisc. And I think they played well. I don't think they won a title. And then a bunch of college guys moved to Boston, and they were all about being so, whatever, amazing and young. And they knocked the Boston Aerodisc guys out and formed the Rude Boys. And they were only around for a couple of years because then then New York came and started their run. But I thought it was so interesting because that motif of young guys moving to Boston and kicking out the old guys and starting new teams seems to be a common trope in that area. It's really hilarious.
What is it about Boston? It is so interesting that has continued.
Who knew they were
years.
just honoring the history of those that came before them? Who knew?
I guess, and now, of course,
my
it's all
theory.
I do have a couple.
Sorry, Tiina.
No, go ahead.
I have a theory. Let me hear yours.
Okay, so my theory is, well, first of all, I went and thought about all the, chain is still chain, and San Francisco obviously went through some things, but I think if you look at San Francisco and Boston, you have way too many entitled, wealthy white dudes going to those cities who play well, and so they just want what they want. And they start the rumor stuff. I've already heard all this stuff about Dig. Is Dig going to be around? Maybe in 2 years they're going to on and on. So it's
already starting. Oh no!
It's already started.
Ended Dig's career. We're gonna have the meme with the guy doing peace next to the gravestone of like Alex Atkins' face and Dig on the gravestone.
I know. Yeah. So I think that's what it. And also. San Francisco is a tech area, same with Boston. We have a lot of colleges. I think it has something to do with that. And it doesn't get replicated all around. New York went through things, but not like, 2 tiers. And then I guess, I don't really know all the stuff, but the Rude Boys were succeeded by Titanic, but then the old guys formed Mr. Bubble. And their shirts were like premiums that you could get when you sent in like box tops for Mr. Bubble, this detergent. So they all wore these pink. It's quite a history. So what's your theory, Charlie?
I have a little bit more of a more complimentary theory, I guess. I think it's because of the concentration of college teams in the area. So you have a lot of like little pockets of strong programs in the area, and they tend to maybe, friends are like, oh, I don't really like the leadership of this team. We're going to do our own thing. We obviously have a lot of teams too, but I think, you compare that to something like Atlanta where, there's the University of Georgia in Athens, and that's kind of like the feeder for that area. And so there's been more of like this singular program in chain. So that's my theory.
I think that's true.
Can I do you one better, Charlie? Let's go next level. This relates to Tiina. I think it could not only be the college teams, but it could be that those college teams have a lot of youth programs feeding them. So by the time the players are in their like upper college years, they've already been playing Ultimate for like 6 years, 10 years. And that makes them feel a lot better about starting their own team. Most college players are like second or third year. They're like, I don't want to start a team. But when you've already been at this for a long time, you've had chances to do leadership opportunities and stuff like that. Like suddenly founding your own team isn't so daunting.
Yeah, I think both of you are right
point.
on that.
Great point. I would like to note we are now at $500. We just hit it. I was literally going to say a different number, but shout out to Replicanto and Joe and Anonymous and J-Dub with the I don't know what the comment means. Do we have to read something? I don't want to read the comment. Is there a special thing here?
I think
you got to make sure we hit these incentives.
There is a comment. Ska is the music of Ultimate. I assume that has to do with the Rude Boys. So that is that's beyond my knowledge. But okay, well, I guess we're giving away two treasures now.
Dana has an incentive star, so you need to check, Keith. What is?
Oh, I know.
Dana's $50.
Dana got the haiku.
Oh wow!
I don't know if Dana is in the chat. I one of the incentives is I will write you a custom haiku. If Dana is in the chat and wants to say anything that they want in their haiku or about themselves, that that's fine. If not, I've already prepared one. So while this interview has been going on, I go straight to haiku real quick.
Well, thank you to everybody who's donated so far. We've already hit our first milestone. All of these things that Tiina's been showing us are now going to be given away. Our next milestone is...
I have one more.
I can't wait to hear about it. Let me just give the next milestone and then we'll come back to it. Be Ultimate is giving away gift cards when we hit $1,000. And so check out all the incentives, check out the milestones, and hey, let's see if we can get to 750 by the end of this show. Tiina, what's the last thing you got for us?
I have a Frisbee pie tin.
Oh my God, I got to get one of these.
You guys know probably I do antiquing on the side and vintage this and that, and I have a really nice stack of them. And this one is a perforated F, and it doesn't obviously say Frisbee pies on it because those are more valuable, I guess, is a way to say it. But these are supposedly some of the first ones, and they were made from the Frisbee Pie Company in Connecticut. And, lore has it that the Yale students went and threw them on the quad like a Frisbee after they were emptied of pie. So if you look on eBay, it's worth anywhere between $20 and $75. But I think it's a really good collectible to have. And one of the things I always do is bring it to overnight camp and my day camp and let the kids throw the Frisbee pie tin just so they could say they can do it. And it doesn't really fly that well, but that's okay.
But it was the inspiration for the games we all play now with Frisbees.
Honestly, it would be a huge
awesome
indictment of disc development if flew as poorly as a pie tin still. So,
yeah.
All right.
This
so
is the one.
Tiina,
this is the one.
Yeah.
Thank you first of all for your generosity and being willing to give these away.
My pleasure.
And you've been in the disc sports world such a long time. What's going on with you right now? It's winter, so we have the what is Global Ultimate Training School time.
It is, and as all organizers do, we're prepping for the spring and the next summer. We do a series of classes through the Global Ultimate Training School. We're in the middle of trying to figure things out, and I do know for sure that we are going to reprise our college panel, in which we get about 12 to 15 different colleges come on, and the audience is made up of kids and their parents, and they can ask questions. And, it's I think a really good way to get a sense of what a school is about. And again, particularly for parents, because, they're probably not going to go hang out when their child goes to a practice. And so that's a ton of fun. And then we're also going to do a girls GX women's panel summit, something on what's going on with particularly girls high school teams. How can it be better? I'm trying to find a range of cities that have had some success. So I'm going to have someone from the Amherst area, and then there's other folks I haven't contacted yet. So, we could go on and on about this, but we got to get the girls' numbers better. We got to get the GX numbers better. And so I want to contribute to that. And then in terms of individual classes, we're just really I don't have anything to announce yet because we're really not sure what we're going to be doing.
But still, it's, I know that we certainly could go on and on about what's happening with Girls Ultimate and stuff like that. But you've been someone who's been able to contribute to the community through coaching for so long, and having your voice out there and seeing Guts, the Global Ultimate Training School, develop is awesome as an offshoot, as a Nutsy alum, as kind of like the follow-up to what you have been doing with Nutsy. Is there any news going on with Nutsy as you're getting ready for another year of
year 26? Okay. You should make it up because this is my last year. I'm selling Nutsy.
Wow.
And I know
News
it's
bomb.
it's going to be bittersweet for sure. But it's time. Like, I'm going to be 72. I just can't be riding around in the golf cart telling people to throw a flat throw. I'm just done. You know, I have enough great advocates that can do that. So so I'm selling it to Tim Bobrowski, who's been my really co-director for years. And the other thing we're doing is that we're reducing it to 2 weeks. We've got way better dorms at Mount Holyoke, so we can actually put up over 100 kids per session. And B, getting rid of that third week means that we don't have to fight with specifically Boston Invitational, but other tournaments are going on. Counselors are so busy that we've always kind of had a group come in late as counselors, and it's just too hard. So we're going to do 2 amazing weeks, and we're not going to have any trouble getting really good counselors. And hopefully, you know, we had a lot of interest last year from campers from China and different countries in Europe, and maybe they'll come back. Who knows what the situation's going to be. So that's what we're doing.
So last year, that is, I mean, what are your takeaways from? That's amazing. I mean, 26 years of doing this and being the standard bearer for training the next generation of Ultimate players. I mean, so many legends have gone through Nutsy over the years. Literally, I mean, you should keep a Hall of Famer count if you don't already. Do you have it? How many Hall of Famers?
No, but when I'm watching, club or college nationals, like, oh, that's a camper, that's a camper, that's a counselor, that's a camper. I'm really lucky. And, I'm really lucky. I still feel really strongly about what we're teaching, which is, intense excellence in terms of competition and also in terms of culture. And I don't, I find that the lessons may be a little bit different, but still we're striving for both of those things. And I think sometimes kids and maybe parents, send kids to camp and they're like, oh, this is going to be fun. It's going to be Frisbee camp. And like, yeah, except we're going to make you really, really good players. And we're going to give a lot of attention to a high standard in terms of culture and language. So I think Tim's going to be able to do it. It's 6 miles down the road from me. I think I'll just be showing up when I want to with a good cup of iced coffee, and I can schmooze and drive the golf cart wherever I want to. So I'm looking forward to it. It is definitely going to be bittersweet.
What are your biggest? Sorry, Keith. Really quick.
Oh, go ahead. Charlie.
Really quick.
Yep.
What are your biggest takeaways after 26 years of doing this?
Oh my Lord, Charlie. Biggest takeaways are kids still obviously adore the sport. And I think in some ways are looking for a way to be part of it and be a strong athlete. And again, I'm going to go back to the culture. They also want to be, or we emphasize, we want them to be a great teammate. I'm still concerned, obviously, about the numbers for girls, which is, before COVID, we were really in a great place, and that's going down. But I don't know. It's like, when people say nice things to me about, starting Ultimate, it's not like I was teaching root canal work. It's like, who doesn't want to chase a Frisbee around on a college campus? It's right up there with like top 20 things in your life. So it's an easy sell. And like I said, I'm definitely going to miss it.
I want to ask something that's like both topical but also personal to me here, because as we're talking about Nutsy and you're talking about, teaching kids the excellence and fundamentals, the piece of feedback that I remember from when I was at Nutsy, when I was a camper, was that I was like an inside break merchant, and you came to me and you're like, you have to learn how to throw around. Like, you need to step out and throw around. or else you're like, you're not going to be successful as a handler. And that has stuck with me. And I bring that to my coaching still to teach people like it's cute to go inside. But if you can't bring people on the around, you're going to be in trouble. How do you feel about Oyos now? Like now everybody's attacking the inside lane.
Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, the very, very first lesson is how to throw an around backhand off the trap. It still is, because it's still not, it's definitely hard, and it's hard to teach. In general, and how fundamental I am, where I see, and we talked about this the other day, I think, where I see the disconnect is that the catching of the Frisbee is really kind of atrocious right now. And I think that's because the, a lot of the quote unquote fancy elite throws, the catching is not caught up with it. So, catching a nice flat flick on an under is way easier than something screaming over your shoulder, and you've got to kind of grab it with your left hand. So that's kind of where I am. I mean, I let people throw hammers. What can I say? But I understand how it's compelling to throw those kind of throws. But I mean, you come from Paideia. You're even more fundamental than I am, right?
Yeah.
We were talking the other day. It was with Leela about Michael teaching the open the curtain and throw the flick. That's still, I watched someone teach that lesson the other day. So we're still, the dinosaurs are still there. And I like all those exciting throws. I just want to see them caught.
Yeah. That all tracks. I also want to ask you, I know that we're talking about how you've been doing this for a long time, and I had a lot of experience coaching. You've seen a lot of top players come through. Back in 2003 with Amherst, to my understanding, there was actually a lot of film taken, and now there is a documentary being put together based on that 2003 season as kind of a window into what it was like playing as part of the Amherst program and how that has affected those who were participants. Paideia featured prominently as we were a big part of the story of that season. So can you tell us a little about the documentary?
Yeah, sure. In 2003, Will Neff's stepdad, Bob Pollock, asked if he could film us the whole season. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I didn't realize that would translate into him being everywhere all the time, every pasta dinner. There's more footage of me than anyone could possibly ever want to see. I was mic'd up all the time. And so we did that, et cetera, et cetera. And then one of the players, Draper White, found it or revived it 3 years ago and digitized it, or whatever you do to make it better. And then he and Lexi Marsh, the producer, traveled all around the country, including Atlanta, including visiting Jolyon Dahl in Nashville, coming up to Amherst, going to the Cape to see Nate Siegel, and just did another set of interviews 20 years later. And they are coming up with this film called I Was a Hurricane. They are working on the second part right now. And, scoff as much as you want, because obviously I'm not unbiased in here, but I think it's pretty good. And Keith, you watched it the other day. What did you think?
Yeah, I watched the preview for it. And yeah,
that's all that's really out.
It covers a lot of emotional ground, a lot of different facets of what it's like being a young person on an Ultimate team. But I think that's something that, like, even the things that were present on that young team are present on a lot of elite teams and club teams. Like a lot of those sentiments and those attitudes and like those experiences. So I think a lot of people will relate to what's in the documentary based on the trailer. And I was on that Paideia team. I don't know if I'm going to make it in or not. I wasn't on the field for our climactic games against Amherst, but Jolyon Dahl and Nate Siegel, you mentioned, were captains of that team. So definitely, the rivalry will be present in the documentary, which is a big part of the history of both programs. But really exciting and cool to see, the combination of something that looks way back and also like is still talking to people now, in a more modern sense as they look back. Because a lot of the stuff I feel like that we're seeing now is about what's going on now. Like there's a lot of people who want to make content around Ultimate, but it's what's going on now. And so it'll be interesting to get a historical look.
Yeah. Yes. Lexi's been shopping it around to distributors, and she hasn't had anyone say no, which is remarkable. And she also showed it at a Cincinnati art house, just the preview, 8 minutes. And this one woman came up to her crying afterwards, doesn't know any of us, doesn't know Ultimate. And she said, this really made me miss watching my kid play high school sports. And I think that kind of sentiment, it's something. It's something. It's incredibly cringeworthy also for me. But I mean, is
there a public link for this yet that people can watch the trailer? Or
it's called I Was a Hurricane. It's on my Nutsy Instagram. I'll post it in the stories again. It's and then there's also there's a UMass. We played UMass all the time, and there's footage of Jeff Graham, as a 19-year-old tooling on the Will Neff and Darden Pitts and all these high school kids. It's really, and it's also very funny, I think. So anyway, it's I guess 2026 it's my goodbye tour. I get rid of Nutsy. Here's a documentary, just open up the grave and I'll just walk on in.
Well, Tiina, it's just so awesome. Everything that you've done for the sport.
Thanks.
You're already in the Hall of Fame. I know we were talking a little bit in the Discord about getting in as a coach versus a contributor, and maybe a reclassification or something like that. But listen, by the time
I cannot even tell you the convoluted emails I've been getting about this. I'm now relying on the Groucho Marx quote, is that I don't want to be in any club that will have me as a member. So I think that's how I'm get
by the time the Hall of Fame committee gets it all figured out, we're going to start having kids who are at Nutsy right now getting into the Hall of Fame. We please wait for people to retire. Just last.
Oh my goodness. Charlie, I mean, and also it's we're getting, we're just pioneering coaches, which means that we did too much foundational work too early. What the hell is that? So anyway, it's right at the top. Yeah, I don't want to be so obvious, but Miranda doesn't exist without Michael, and all of her accolades, which she deserves. They just didn't spring out of the blue. But anyway, it seems like a silly thing to argue about.
Thank you to Laura and Johnny who have donated while we've been talking. Keith, you better see what Johnny is.
I did.
Is this Johnny G?
We don't know. But
don't
Johnny, it's Johnny Ice Bucket. I gotta dunk my head in the ice bucket after we're done with this interview.
I think you got to do it right now. While Tiina's with us, so we can all enjoy it together.
What say you?
I want to know what the money. I can't see on my. What's the money up to right now?
$560.
Okay,
there you go. Well, see, I don't want to do.
We want to get to 750 by 1:30. 580. Someone just donated. Thank you to Anonymous. Thank you.
I will be doing the ice bucket. Don't worry. It's gonna happen on the show.
Okay. All right. Well, Tiina, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and you're in the Deep Look Hall of Fame. That's for sure.
Can I be as a coach? Okay.
Yes,
thank you so much. That's really all I need. That's really all I need. Hey, thank you guys. This is really fun. I'm going to be doing stuff around the house, and I guess Rowan's up next.
Which
Rowan's doing beach analysis in 15 minutes.
Which two should we give away right now on the show? Which two discs?
We're giving one away right now.
Well,
we hit the 500.
Right. I think we should do the first two, which was the Crown Royal and the Boston Ladies Ultimate.
All right.
Blue.
Let's see.
Let's let's give people a chance to get their donations in before we actually do the draw, right?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead and make some more donations, and we'll draw.
We'll do the draw
right
before we sign off, and we'll obviously link up offline to do the, get it shipped out and everything. Well, Tiina, thank you for all you've done. I'll try to make it up to Nutsy and see you this summer.
Okay, it is fun. It is really fun. And thank you both so much for everything you do. It's been a blast. And, I hope you feel this good. Oh, you'll be done in 23 hours, so you'll be fine. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Really appreciate you.
Hopefully with 5,000 raised. Thank you so much. Tiina Booth with us here. And we are well on our way. We're over 10% of the way to the goal already. Trying to raise $5,000 for the Stonewall Community Foundation. You can scan the QR code on your screen, or you can click the link in the description on the YouTube to donate now. At 1:29, which is in 10 minutes, we're doing the draw. All people who have donated will be entered into the draw for the 2 items that Tiina has selected. So get your donations in. Any amount, this is not, you don't have to do some huge donation in order to win. Anything helps. And the Stonewall Community Foundation and Ultiworld certainly appreciate the support. Keith, we have some actual Frisbee business to take care of too.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Anonymous for the donation asking for pet cam. I'm going to go grab my cat, Louisa, to come guest. We already had my dog, Maisie, on. I'm sure they'll reappear. And we got Rob G donated and said, comment, Charlie, put on your Innova hoodie. So there's no reward for this one. This is just a request to put on the Innova hoodie. Let me grab the pet.
I know what he's talking about. I'll see if I can find a picture to screen share for this, but I was doing a disc golf broadcast at the United States Championships back in October, a couple weeks before Club Nationals. And we were surprised to discover that when we got there, they were going to have our booth be outside, pet on cam. So you got to be on the YouTube for this. If you listen to this later on, I'll go get links too. I think she's sitting right over here. But we're freezing cold. We're sitting outside. We're in North Carolina in October, and it's not cold, but when you're sitting still for 4 hours broadcasting, you get cold. So I'm wearing a coat, and then I had a hoodie on under my coat, and it was cold enough that when we were not on the air, I was pulling my hood up over my headphones, so that I could stay a little bit more warm. And the director and producer did not warn me they were coming back to the camera, and they put me on the air with my hood up over my headphones. And Keith, it looked ridiculous. I'm going to see if I can find a picture, but I think you have some business to take care of while I do that.
Yeah, I've got a haiku for Dana. Thank you again for the donation, Dana. And you too at home can get your own haiku with a donation. That is a $50 donation to get a haiku. So Dana, your haiku, 575, I believe is the haiku traditionally, although it's not technically required to be a haiku. All right, here we go. This is pop culture reference. Nice, Charlie. On YouTube only. You got to be on YouTube for this. Very good. That looks
there. I am.
Okay.
On the air.
Somebody said this has to be an emote in the Discord. Very good. Very good. All right. This is a pop culture reference, so tune in for this. They hate on Dano, but not Boss Dana, who won't drink your milkshake. That is my Dana haiku. They hate on Dano, but not Boss Dana, who won't drink your milkshake.
Who won't drink your milkshake?
Charlie's checking my work. No, the won't is at the end.
Oh, the who goes with the 7?
7. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta hit the notes. You gotta hit the 5, the 7, the 5. I need to hear it.
I did.
Say it
first
again.
time. I read it a little faster than the last time. Okay. We did pet cam as well, and then I think I got an ice bucket here. Just so everybody knows, I'm not bluffing. I'm going to dump in the ice. Charlie, do you just want to wait for this to happen, and then we'll move on to the next bit, or do you want to start talking about Palk?
No, I want to wait. I want to enjoy this.
All right, let's do this.
Hey Keith, make sure you mix it up good and get it nice and cold.
This can't be worse than the than the bean was. I'm convinced this can't be worse than that jelly. All right.
He's got the towel.
Here we go.
Oh, that's
really
refreshing. That's crisp. That's like a nice Pilsner really right there. That's very nice. Well done, Keith. You only have to donate $50 to make Keith do that again in the next 7 minutes while we're still on the air.
That is cool.
Keep in mind, Keith and I will both be back on later. We'll show you the schedule again before we sign off. But we are going to talk about some Frisbee. The PAUK has taken place since we were last on the air over in the Dominican Republic. And I feels like kind of like the super teams won this tournament. Maybe no big surprise there. Let's see. The Blue Devils win in the Open Division. And hey, what do you know? Who was on the Blue Devils? Who was their stat leader, Keith? Can you take a random guess? Who was the stat leader in the Open Division?
It could only
playing for the Blue Devils.
Oh, the Open Division. It's got to be Don Desmarais. I mean, I guess it could be.
It's Don Desmarais.
It's Don Desmarais.
Don Desmarais, 27 assists, 18 goals, averaging almost 6 per game. Just insane. But this team had AJ Merriman on it, Noah Hansen, Trent Dillon, Andrew Roy, and then like a bunch of Dominican players as well. But they were definitely largely getting carried by their American imports. So shout out to the Blue Devils for their win. Dominant performance. Big wins for all the winners in the gold medal matches. Over in the women's division, Makana gets the win. And Keith, people maybe aren't totally familiar yet with Makana, but tell us about Makana and what the deal is.
Yeah, Makana is the new Colombian team. Maybe 3 years old now, 2 years. Led by the Cardeneses, so Manu and Vale, leaving Revo to start their own team. But they took it down, and they had some help with Claire Trope and Tyra Romero Pena joining the team, among others. So they had some guests, but a strong team even without them.
Yeah, Claire Trope was cooking. All right, we got to keep it moving because we got a lot of time left, 22 and a half hours following us. So we move to the mixed division, and congratulations to Mile High Trash for their win. Abby Thorpe leading the way for them with 13 assists and 12 goals. Dominant 7-0 performance for Mile High Trash, coming off the decent showing at Club Nationals. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, that is fair, and but now they get a title to add to that. So nice for them.
Board elections are happening right now for USA Ultimate, and one of those three folks is going to become an at-large board member. Michael Lappin, Marvin Vuong, Andrew Schwartz. 2 or maybe all 3 of these folks are in our Ultiworld Discord. So you can ask some questions if you have questions. But head over to usaultimate.org, and if you're a member, which means if you played the club season, the college season, YCCs, anything like that, you can vote. So go take a look at their platforms and vote. Like some tiny percentage of the USAU membership actually votes. So you should vote. Like these people have real impact on what USAU does and what they prioritize.
This is the last day of voting. So do not
delay. That's right. Today is the last day.
Also, as Charlie mentioned, like literally there's probably going to be like 600 votes. Your vote really matters. So you can actually move the needle. Please vote. If you're the type of person to complain, please take the time to vote.
Wow, incredible. $250 donation just came through from someone who chose to remain anonymous. Thank you so much. We are over our $750 goal. We have 3 minutes. Can we get to 1,000? Can you help us get to $1,000 during Deep Look and get 20% of the way to our overall goal in this 24-hour streamathon? You have a chance right now. Still 2 minutes until we do our draw.
Shout out to Aaron, who also just donated.
Nikki Spiva, by the way, is running unopposed for the elite athlete candidate spot. So he will join the board. As doesn't matter if you vote for him or not. He's going to get in. I guess if nobody voted for Nikki somehow, then would he get in? I don't know how that works. Mailbag question of the week. Keith, what is it?
This week's question, this is actually one we've had sitting around. What do you consider a blowout versus a close game? What score, Charlie, do you consider a blowout versus a close game?
Oh, this was a good debate in the Discord. My thought is that we're talking around like 15-8, 15-9 range, like sub double digits for sure. And
yeah, I mean,
the debate has basically been about like, well, is a 15-11 win where the losing team never gets a break? Is that a blowout? It's a clear, decisive win, but to me, it's not a blowout. A blowout is like a game you know is over. And 15-11 is not a game you know is over.
15-9 is pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty large percentage of the points that are the gap between the two teams. I will say that there is also a level of like actually watching the game. You could tell
and the flow
who's
of the game.
controlling the game. Yeah, if somebody's dominating. Like there is probably a world in which you can win. I don't know, 15-11 as a kid. I don't know that you did enough defensively. You didn't get enough breaks to feel like you blew somebody out. But I could see a 15-10 game that feels a lot closer than it actually is.
If it's 14-8 and the game finishes 15-11, I consider it a blowout. Like it depends on how you get there, you know? Like if a game is
not me.
11-11, let's say the game is 10-9 and it's been really close, and then the leading team gets 5 straight breaks or a hold and 4 breaks or whatever. That is to me not really a blowout. That's like they pulled away, but it was really close at one point. A blowout has to be like kind of ongoing. It needs to be 8-4 at halftime.
All right, Charlie, I think we got to do these giveaways. Also, if you were the anonymous donor who donated to get the Ultiworld voiceover and you have some way to get in touch with me to tell me who you are, please do that.
Yeah, you can remain anonymous, but DM Keith on Discord or email Keith at ultiworld.com.
Just show me your receipt or whatever, and we'll get you figured out.
Okay, all Keith, it's time. We got to do this giveaway, and then we're out of here.
We're doing the Crown Royale disc and the blue disc. So we'll start with the Crown Royale disc. I have all the non-anonymous donors so far on the wheel. I'm spinning the wheel now.
I'll spin the Bean Boozled wheel for one more.
It is Brent. Brent getting the historic Crown Royal disc. Shout out to Brent. Are you going for a Bean Boozle or are you spinning this for the other
I'm going for a Bean Boozle. No, I'm doing a Bean Boozle. I'm trying to make it spin. It's being annoying.
All right. Yeah, it's not a great spinner. Not going to lie to you. The Bean Boozle spinner. Not great. Our second winner for the blue disc is Sean. Sean will take home our blue disc, Boston Ladies Ultimate. So congrats to the winners. There will be more giveaways over the course of this 24-hour stream. So definitely stay engaged, keep donating, and we'll make sure that you get a shot at winning.
I don't know what. I think this is the Tutti Frutti. I'm doing it. It's either Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks. Here we go. Oh, God. Rotten.
Definitely Stinky Socks then, right?
It's horrendous, dude.
Awful.
I don't know how they managed to make it. It's like it tastes like what you would imagine Stinky Socks would taste like if you put them in your mouth. That's so bad. Okay. We're out of here. Thank you so much. Hit the QR code, donate to the Stonewall Community Foundation, and help us raise $5,000, which is going to be matched dollar for dollar by Ultiworld. So we're trying to support this great organization doing work for LGBTQ folks all around the country. So for Keith Raynor, I'm Charlie Eisenhood signing off. Thank you so much for being here. Rowan McDonnell is analyzing the Beach World Championships finals. It's coming up right now. For Keith Raynor, I'm Charlie Eisenhood saying so long from this edition of Deep Look. See you later tonight.
Going back to Rockford, baby. Or I need a Waukegan version, maybe.